Welcome to the Transformers Breakdown, episode 25 in season 2, Make Tracks. In this particular episode, Megatron is basically having humans steal cars so he can make an army of robot cars, like that transform into robots in order to take over New York. And the side story, well, the main story is that Trax meets this Hispanic guy, or Latino, I'm not quite sure what the proper term is. I'm not quite sure what the proper term is. And they become friends, and then they stop the Decepticons together. So let's get started. So in this so basically, guys are stealing cars, and then these two guys that look like they belong with the Misfits from the Gem show, they say, "Oh, those wheels are rude," and I guess I'm not in it with the lingo of the '80s, and I'm not quite sure if kids are using this anymore. But the word "rude," okay, all right. So I want to talk about how you've noticed that there's these episodes where they're featuring specific robots and that are not usually featured, and so Optimus and Megatron have been pushed to the side. Reason being, I believe, is because they are trying to sell toys, so it's become a commercial for the Hasbro. So what they're doing is they're featuring Trax, they're featuring Cosmos, they're showing a lot of other robots that you usually wouldn't see. Trax is a rich guy, and he uses words like stuffy and stick in the mud. So, if these characters come from Cybertron, where do they get these accents? That's what I'm wondering. And I think that's one of the things that really makes Transformers is that these are character-built stories, you know? And then, one wire. Oh, yeah, so then there's a wire that gets cut in Trax, and then all of a sudden he becomes like a regular car. So it's just one wire that turns him into a regular car. That's just not really good design, you know? Come on. So Trax can fly. He has wings. So that's an interesting, really thing that is happening in this one. And then he tells Raul, oh, and then another aspect is that they bring in this guy Raul, which later shows up in other episodes actually. And you've got this series of humans that have been introduced as the friends of the Transformers. And Raul, he tells them about Bobby socks. Now, what are Bobby socks? These are Bobby socks. If you didn't know. he goes, "Don't get your Bobby socks all cut up in a bunch," or something like that. And then, so these are the Bobby socks. Trax has a red face. Now, what does that mean? You know, why doesn't he have a different color, like a face like all the other ones? Could it mean that they're trying to bring the Hispanic market? Are they trying to bring in some other people involved, you know? So there's something going on there, like, you know, why Trax has a red face and he has an accent like this. So could it be like a whole, you know, rich people are cool with the regulars? Could it be something like that? I don't know. So then there's an episode where Cosmos and Powerglide are chasing Starscream, and then my thing is, if Cosmos and Powerglide can barely fit in through this hallway, how does Starscream, who is twice their size, fit in through the hallway without, you know, destroying the hallway? So then they're all going to New Jersey, you know, poor New Jersey. It's got a reputation for bad stuff happening there. And then Megatron double crosses the bad guy, who's the human bad guy who's been stealing cars for him, and it's like, really, his name is Decepticon. He's a Decepticon. I don't know if you understand the origin of words, but I think the word deceive is in there somewhere. So at a certain point in time, he's going to deceive you. So, how many bases does Megatron have? You know, that's like, again, I brought that up. And does anybody notice him building these bases? That's another thing that I want to address, you know. And Megatron builds an army of cars, and he doesn't give them any brains, you know, so they're remote controlled. So Blaster is able to stop them with his audio frequency. So And then Trax goes, I'll teach you how to mix with the Chrysler building. And so there's a reference about wealth and how Trax may be wealthy. So, and is it me, or is there a point right there where they confuse Trax with Soundwave because they're both blue, and Soundwave is actually fighting with the Autobots? I don't know. So, and then Roll was a car thief. This is something that is addressed in this particular episode. Secrets about this episode? Not quite sure. If you look at some of the things, like there's this thing, there's like banana, like right at the top, and there's casino, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no casinos in New York. You know, gosh, everybody wants to get a piece of me right now on Facebook. Dang, that's so popular. So that's what's up.